Hi students, welcome to online class. So today in this video we are going to discuss about chapter 4 algorithmic strategies. So in the last week the videos are not received by you. I think more than 2 weeks you are very free. You might have revised all the lessons. You should have studied all the lessons. We think so. So try to revise all the lessons. Don't be free. Try to study. Try to revise. Keep in touch with the studies. Right? So last classes we have discussed chapter 3 scoping. I think you might have understood all the topics covered in the lesson 3. So now we are going to see about chapter 4 algorithmic strategies. So first of all we want to know what is mean by algorithm. Before going to the introduction to algorithmic strategies, we want to know what is mean by algorithm. So you might have studied in 11th standard what is mean by algorithm. See, algorithm means it is just a set of instructions. It is a step-by-step instruction to accomplish a particular task, to perform a particular task. Simply you take a program which is shown in the TV, a cookery program. If you take the cookery program as an example, they used to say, first of all we want to light the gas stove, and then we want to place the kadai, and then we want to pour the oil. Like that they used to say how to prepare a dish. Right. I think you are very eager with the dish. Right. So whenever we are going to execute, whenever we are going to perform a particular task, that particular task is explained, is performed in a set of instruction, finite set of instructions. What is mean by the word finite? Finite means a countable number. We can say that. So that finite set of instructions are given to accomplish a particular task. See here, it is a step-by-step procedure for solving the given problem. So you might think that why we are writing algorithm? Already we are creating the program. Why we want to go with algorithm? See, programs are created to solve the problem in a systematic manner. So all the problems are not solved in a systematic manner. Some of the problems may be solved in manual manner. Or else, first of all, we want to solve the problem in a manual manner, and then we want to go through the computer. So that step-by-step procedure for solving the problem, we are going to create the algorithm. Right? See, the algorithm can be implemented in any programming language. So the algorithm can be implemented in C, C++. Like that we can implement in any programming language. So what is mean by algorithm? Algorithm means it's a finite set of instruction which is used to accomplish a particular task, perform a particular task. It is a step-by-step procedure. Right. See, algorithms must have input, output, and should satisfy the following characteristics. So every algorithm should have an input. So without giving the input we cannot get the output. So whenever we give the input is processed and then we are getting the output. At the same time the algorithm should satisfy the following characteristics. So they are saying that the algorithm should have some special characteristics. What are the characteristics? They are definiteness, correctness, and effectiveness. These are only few. There are many characteristics are there. We are going to discuss in detail later. So there should be a correctness should be there. The algorithm should be very, very perfect one. And then it should be an effective one. You should not write a lengthier algorithm, or you should not solve the problem in a lengthier manner. It should be an effective one. Or within a few lines you want to solve the problem. See, whenever a maths teacher is giving the problem to the student, if the student solve the problem within a fraction of a second, that particular student is an efficient student. Is it right or not? So that particular student is liked by the teacher. So like that, whenever we write the algorithm should be a effective one, and it should be a correct one. Definiteness means the operations which are implemented in the algorithm, the steps which are implemented in the algorithm should be given in a perfect manner. It should be defined properly. Right. Data are maintained and manipulated effectively through data structures. See, data structure means, you might have studied this word, or else in your future in colleges you might have studied this data structure in one particular semester in a separate paper. What is mean by data structure? See, each and every data should be organized. The data should be collected and it should be managed. So all these things, all these actions, all these activities will be done by the data structure. So that's why they have given data are maintained, manipulated effectively only through the data structures. Right. So data structure means using the data structure only we can manage the data. We can maintain the data, we can collect the data, we can store, retrieve, whatever the operation we need we can do with the help of the data structure. See, again they have given the same thing. Algorithms can be developed to store, manipulate and retrieve data from such data structures. So the data can be developed and it can be stored, maintained, retrieved. Right? Whenever you need, you can get the data through the data structures. So for that examples they are given. What are the best examples? Arrays, structures, lists, tuples, dictionary, etc. I think you might have studied array. You know very well about the array, collection of one or more data. Structure is also the same thing. List, it is used to contain one or more value. So one or more data. Tuple, the same thing. Dictionary. So everything you might have studied, this list, tuple, dictionary you might have studied. You will study in the chapter 9 in detailed manner. Right. I think you might have understood about algorithm. Right. We can go for the another definition. The way of defining an algorithm. The way of defining an algorithm is called algorithmic strategy. So it's a 2-mark question, you see that. So the way of defining an algorithm is called algorithmic strategy. So how, in what way we are defining? In what way we are defining the algorithm, that particular way is called algorithmic strategy. See, for example, you can take a factorial. I think you might have studied this factorial in the mathematics. Factorial means whenever a maths teacher asks you what is the value of 4 factorial, what will you do? So 4 factorial means you will go for multiplication process in a reversible manner. 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Is it right or not? Yes. So you know very well about the factorial. The factorial, whenever they give some number, 5, 4, 3 like that, if they give the number, you will take that particular number and then you will reduce by -1 and then you will go for multiplication up to 1. If the teacher gives 4 factorial, 4 minus 1, 3. So 4 into 3. Then 3 minus 1, 2. Again 4 into 3 into 2. Then again 2 minus 1, 1. So 2 into 1. So 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So it goes for value is 24. Is it right or not? So this particular process is done. The factorial, to calculate the factorial for the given value n, then it can be done by defining the function. So we want to create a function definition to calculate the factorial. So the function definition will calculate the factorial once for the iteration. Then what can be done? You will go for a recursive function. You will go for a recursive function. Recursive function means what you will do? A function which is called by itself. Is it right or not? You have studied. You have studied in chapter 7. A function which is calling by itself, that is called recursive function. So once we call the factorial function, first time the number is multiplied with another number. So next time the function is called automatically. So it goes for the recursive function until the required iteration is reached, until the final value is received by you. It goes for recursive function. Right. Now we can discuss the another 5-mark question, a very important 5-mark question. Characteristics of algorithm. So what is mean by characteristics of algorithm, or what are the characteristics the algorithm should have? We are going to see one by one. There are many characteristics are there. So first characteristics, they have given input. See, each and every algorithm should have input. The input may be 0 or any number. So what they are saying, 0 or more quantities to be supplied. So we want to, at least we want to give 0 or some other value. So input should be given compulsorily. Then what about output? So at least one output should be received by the user. At least one quantity is produced by the algorithm. So compulsorily the algorithm should yield the result. The algorithm should yield the result. Right. Then next, finiteness. So algorithm must terminate after a finite number of steps. What is mean by finiteness? So finite means it should be a countable one. It should not go in an infinity manner. The algorithm should contain a countable number of steps, and then all the steps should be executed. Right? Finiteness. So they have given algorithms must terminate after a finite number of steps. Then definiteness. What is mean by definiteness? All operations should be well defined. So all the operations should be well defined. For example, any number which is involving division by 0, it is not acceptable because it goes in an infinity manner. Like that, if you go for finding the square root of a negative number, so that is not an operation which is well defined. Operations or whatever the actions we are performing, all the actions and operations should be well defined. Right? So division by 0 is not allowed. So keep it in mind. Then effectiveness. Every instruction must be carried out effectively. Each and every line should be carried out effectively. Each and every step should be carried out effectively. Correctness. So the algorithm should be error free. It should not contain any error. Why? If it contains error, then the program will not execute. The algorithm is not a best algorithm to go with or implement with the programming language. See, whenever we create the algorithm is implemented in some programming language. So we are going to change the algorithm into program. If the algorithm contain error means, then the program also contains the error. So the algorithm should be error free. Then simplicity. It should be easy to implement. It should not be a very hard one. It should be easy to implement, easy to understand. Then unambiguous. What is mean by unambiguous? Algorithm should be clear and unambiguous. So it should not confuse. It should not give one or more meaning. The algorithm should not give one or more meaning. So it should be an ambiguous one. It should be a clear and crisp. See here, each of its steps and their inputs, output should be clear. Must lead to only one meaning. It should not lead to one or more meaning. It should lead to only one meaning. Right. So last three characteristics. With this characteristics of algorithm is over. Feasibility. Should be feasible with other resource. Feasible means which is workable, which is executable, right? So which can accompany with all the resources, right? Then portable. Algorithm should be generic, independent of any programming language or any operating system, able to handle all range of inputs. See, portable means this algorithm should work in all the programming languages, can be implemented in all the programming languages. It should work in all the operating systems also. It should not say that this algorithm will work only in Windows 7 or Windows 8, like that we should not say. All the algorithms are executable and then it is portable. Then last one is independent. The algorithm should have a step-by-step directions which should be independent of any programming code. So the algorithm should be a step-by-step one, and it is independent with programming code. It should not dependent on any programming. The algorithm should be a very independent one. It should not be a dependent one. It should not depend on anything else, right? So I think you might have understood this characteristics of algorithm. So these are the characteristics. What are the characteristics? Input, output, finiteness, definiteness, and then effectiveness, correctness, simplicity, and then unambiguous, and then feasibility, portable, and then last one is independent. It's a very important 5-mark question. So I think you might have understood this introduction. So let's end the class. So thank you, students.